What is going on, everybody? Today we have here a 2007 Dodge Charger. This is the RT. Wasn't gonna make a video on this, but I think that I'm just gonna share a little bit of information with you guys. That way that you can have an idea if you're trying to do this. I have done the left side already. Let me show you. So basically every part of the suspension is new except for the shocks. The first part that I'm gonna be installing is gonna be the upper control arm. Now, to do this, I've removed the shock, since the only thing holding the shock was the 3 bolts on top. And I think it's easier to remove the bolt holding the upper control arm. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, if you're removing it to get to the nuts, so these are the bolts. The bolts that go through here. This and then you will have the nuts. One nut here, which is a 18mm nut, and then the other one right there. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna continue with the shock. Okay, that's the upper control arm, and we're gonna go ahead and just get started on the nuts. I'm not gonna tie it all the way. That way the control arm has some movement. Okay, we have the upper control arm ready, and let's go ahead and put the strut. So as you see, there's only one way to put the strut in. You have this 2 bolts together, and this one is separate from these 2. Now let's go ahead and tie the strut. This is a 13mm. Okay, so now strut is done. So let's go ahead and put the rearward control arm, which is going to be this one, and this is the frontward control arm. We're gonna start with the rearward control arm. Okay, so to get to the bolt holding the lower control arm, you need to remove this sway bar, which it has 2 15mm bolts. And then you will find this hex bolt that you need to remove with this 12mm hex. This is from Duralast. That's the part number. Then you will have the washer and the nut. so you will need to hold either the nut or the hex bolt. This is the 21 millimeter. I'm gonna use a 21 millimeter wrench. Okay, so now this is done. Let's go ahead and put the sway bar bracket. Okay, let's go ahead and tie the sway bar. Again, let's go ahead and do this bolt. This is an 18 millimeter bolt. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the sway bar link. Now we're gonna use a 22 millimeter to tie the sway bar link. Okay, we got this one ready. Got this one. Got these two. Now we're gonna do the inner tie rod. Now to install or remove the inner tie rod, you will need this master inner tie rod set. You can rent this out from AutoZone. This is the part number 57346. What you get. So you will search on these crowfoot adapters which one will fit. When you find the right one, then you're gonna use this wrench adapter. Once the crowfoot it's in, you're gonna go ahead and lock it. Then you need a 1/2 inch ratchet, and go ahead and tighten. Okay, so now this one's ready. Let's go ahead and put the protective plastic. Now after you're done with all the suspension job, you will need to take it to an alignment. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna install the steering knuckle. I'm not gonna replace the ball joint. Just gonna leave the one that it has. Okay, so this top one is an 18 millimeters and the bottom one is 22 millimeters. Okay, so now that the steering knuckle is installed, let's go ahead and tie the control arm. Okay, and we're done on top. So this is done. Everything here is done. Here's done. Next, we're gonna do the front wire control arm. So we're gonna tie the bolt. This is a 21 millimeter knot. We're gonna use a 21 millimeter wrench to hold it, and then we're gonna use a 18 millimeter socket on this side. Then we need a 22 millimeter. Now when you're removing this for the first time, you probably are going to need one of these. You put it in between the joint steering knuckle, and then you'll hit it with a hammer. That's why I removed this cover, that way I can hit it from here. Now let's go ahead and put this dust cover. Go ahead and put the sensor and the bracket. Okay, got this done. Got the bracket, got the sensor. Okay, and let's go ahead and put the outer tie rod. Now, installing the outer tie rod, the best bet is to align your steering wheel straight. Then you can thread it in and then try to put it in. Okay, we got the brake disc, caliper bracket. We got two 18 millimeters on the back. Okay, got the brake caliper bracket on, brake pads. And now we're gonna put the brake caliper. And you will need a 13 millimeter for the caliper bracket, and we're done. Just make sure that every bolt is tight. Make sure that everything is back on its place. And that's it. Next thing is put the tires and take it to an alignment. Alright guys, well there you have it. Thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully this video will help some of you, and see you on the next video.